Hill, thanks for taking the time on the road against two really good soccer teams once again. But I think let's look at the first game. You play Missouri State to a draw, and I think almost you could look at it as that's pretty close to a win.
Yeah, it wasn't a win. It was a tie, and the most important thing going into that game was to keep the 0. And what a tremendous defensive effort, from our keeper. John Brzezinski made some great saves that we haven't seen before that might have kept us in the Wake game and other games. But stepping up to the plate, London, I think, was the defensive player of the game, and just a tremendous piece that keeps the whole backs together. But it was a whole team effort. You could see on a corner kick we were clearing the ball off the line. We were scrapping. But there's the other part of the field is getting on offense. And we had to kind of weather the storm probably the first 25, 30 minutes. But the last 15, I think if you watch us, we were knocking on the door and we had chances and we were getting shots on frame. And that's what it's about, trying to get one or two in the back of the net. And it didn't happen. Second half came out about the same way. And we had to weather a storm a little bit. But at the end of that game, I think we had 3 or 4 great chances to maybe steal one on the road. But credit to the guys. I couldn't be more proud of the way they put up a great defensive effort. And now we got to get a little bit more clinical in that final third and not only get shots on goal, but put them in the back of the net.
You mentioned London was singled out by ESPN Plus as the player of that game. You unfortunately didn't have him the next game along with Tyler Johnson, Busby. You're missing some guys, and I think that showed against Central Arkansas.
Yeah, those are key players. So we had to make some adjustments, give other guys opportunities. Missing your defensive, WAC player of the year on the pre-votes is big. But he wasn't ready to go, and we did make adjustments. And that game at the beginning was back and forth. I think I looked over at Frank. He's the coach of Central Arkansas. I said, this game could be 2-2 in the first 10 minutes, And when I did a scout on them, I go, they're a lot like us. And I saw a lot of similarities between the two teams. They were able to score on their opportunities, and I don't think we did a great job defensively in that game. I think we took a step backwards. But that's what game film's all about. You can make some corrections, make some adjustments, try not to repeat those mistakes in the future. And shots on goal again were happening, but we didn't put our chances away. So to get back in that game, we needed to put that first half 2 or 3 chances at the beginning of the game, and it's a different game. But a little fatigued in that game. We weren't as connected defensively. I loved our defensive effort against Missouri. It wasn't quite as good against Central Arkansas, and we got broken down a little bit.
Yeah. 0-3-1 now after 4 games, but against 4 ranked teams. That's, very, very tough, and I'm glad your team is probably getting better. But a little chance here because you only have 1 game this weekend. Maybe rest up a little bit, maybe get some guys back from injuries. But you, again, schedule maker, now you got to play the 3rd-ranked team in Washington.
Yeah, who did that schedule? Anyway, I don't know who he is. I'm going to fire that guy. Anyway, playing Washington, what a great opportunity. If you look at them, they're 4-0. I think they're ranked 3rd in the country. They probably move up to 2nd or something like that. They're scoring 3 goals a game, and they're only letting in 0.5 against, and I think they have 2 goals against them. So definitely that great defensive effort that we put up against Missouri. If the post helps us out like it did in Missouri, we'll take that. But no, I think we can step up to the plate. This practice, getting them a little rest, getting those injured players back on the pitch is going to be important. We're not sure right now. We'll see them at training today, see if they're recovering, and put up a great effort against Washington. I think the guys, why not go for the best and see if you can play with the best? And I think that's the opportunity for us, and we're looking forward to going up to Washington.
You mentioned the guys. Are their heads like that? Because you look at it on paper, fans might go, oh, man, we haven't won a game yet, but are they just itching?
I think you wash those losses off. You have a short memory for those. You look at what you did well. You make the corrections you see in the game film that can make us better defensively and offensively, and make adjustments and step up to the plate again. I think it's an opportunity that the guys will be ready for. Why not play the best and see if you can hang with them?
Yeah, should be fun. Doug Hill, thanks for the time. Good luck at Washington.
All right, thanks, Brian.